Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day as always. Likes, comments, and subscriptions are appreciated. They do help out the channel immensely. Very big thank you to everyone who took that second to hit the like button. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin price analysis. Bitcoin tests its important support. We are currently on the cusp of the beginning of what could potentially be movements back up within the cryptocurrency market. The cryptocurrency market is currently in the green. Some coins are, of course, greener than others. It says technical analysis. Ethereum indicators suggest Ethereum at potentially significant turning point. Ethereum is currently, at the time of me making this video, a literal smidge away from $2,000. All the world's markets are currently moving up nicely in the green. The indicators once again being, from what we heard before, is that if Ethereum hits $2,000 and stays above $2,000 for the course of a 24-hour period, therefore closing, air quotes, the day above 2,000, we will be in a much more bullisher place. Same exact thing with Bitcoin. The numbers that keep getting thrown at us are either 25,000, 27,000, or 28,000. Depends on where you look on the internet. Some say 25,000 is kind of the number we've been waiting for, psychologically, if you will. A lot of other people keep saying it's 27, and what we heard yesterday was $28,000 for Bitcoin to really get more bullish. This one says Bitcoin price biased to the top side as it floats above $24,000. Bitcoin poised for recovery. Relief summer still in play? Question mark? Possibly. I mean, once again, we are correlated to the stock market. The stock market has been getting very good stock market news over the course of the last couple of days, that apparently what they've been waiting for, they have been getting, and therefore the cryptocurrency market is also moving up as well. This one says Shiba on fire and a new bull run could be around the corner. Here's why. It basically has to do with the rest of the cryptocurrency market moving up for some reason, and I think no one has an actual answer for this either. Shiba Inu and Dogecoin have both been pumping. Shiba Inu has about 15 different projects that are coming out or have been released or are planning to come out, and they have this other project also on the way. And then Dogecoin, I think they're working on another upgrade, and there's rumors of like a layer 2, I think, called Doge Chain, but Shiba Inu is moving up a lot higher than the Dogecoin coin. And sure, why not? Maybe like the news has finally caught up to them. If you've been watching the videos last like 9 to 12 months, every day or every other day, there's tons of Shiba Inu news. I guess it was just a matter of time before prices popped up in some sort of way, but sure, why not? Also, gigantic in price news, and I don't get it. It says Dogecoin on the cusp of a breakout. Doge's price may hit 10 cents by the end of August. I would dare even say maybe the end of this week, if not sometime next week. Why? At the moment, Dogecoin is like 0.088 cents, so it's like 1/5 of a cent away from hitting, there we go, from hitting 9 cents. A couple days ago, it was 6 cents, and then it hit 7 cents, and now we're near 9 cents. So I would assume that 1 extra cent should not be that difficult. That would therefore get us to a 10-cent Dogecoin, and by the end of August is a bit of a stretch. I feel like with all this momentum that we've been getting from the two doggy coins, they should, get there relatively soon. This was, I think it's simply being able to write an article that says 10 cent and then Dogecoin, and everyone's like, what? There's no way it could do that. Didn't it hit like 70 cents before? So I would even assume, why are we not seeing a 22-cent Dogecoin? If we hit 70 cents before, it seems completely possible and doable. In the correlation news, it says stocks finished on Tuesday mixed. After a relatively quiet trading day with little macro news, earnings from apparently Walmart, Home Depot, and what's the other one? Bed Bath & Beyond apparently are the reasons why the stock market arose, or why people were quite optimistic about the earnings reports. Not joking. Bed Bath & Beyond, it says, I find it weird when corporations or companies take like everyday vernacular and kind of throw it into things. They called it a meme stock. I don't know. I didn't know that people could use that word outside of like the other. Anyway, the point is, yes, stock market went up. Futures are currently in like a light green. I think today is another earnings report. I forgot from which companies. I think it's like 2 or 3 major companies we're expecting to hear from today. Odds are they're probably also going to be relatively or okay good. I would have assumed that these companies had changed their projections of how much money they would have assumed that they were going to make based off of the last 2 years, but sometimes companies aren't that smart and maybe they didn't simply do it. But if they did correctly, said that they would make X, but they ended up making Y, we should also see another little healthy pump in the cryptocurrency prices as well. Yeah, prices are currently green across the board. There's some coins that are doing better than others, and they had no news, which I found really weird. I think EOS is up by like 24%. There was no EOS news in the last like 18 hours, so I don't really understand why that. Oh, see, it's probably one of those things. If you're new here, I probably not. I don't know. Hello. We have something often in the space where it's like a 3-day wait, I call it. You look at a coin's price and you go, why is that coin up by 18%? There was no news for it. Next day it's up by 12%. Hey, does anybody happen to know why this coin is moving up in price? And no one knows, like not one single person. The next day, 16%. How could that possibly be? And you go, I don't get it. And then on the 4th day, after all the hubbub is gone, we end up getting news that there's some kind of upgrade, which means that people usually behind the scenes have known something was going on and they've been accumulating the coin before the actual upgrade news can actually come out. It's been this way thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times, but sure, why not? That's all the price news, at least that we have for right now. And without further ado, that was the ado. Let's move on. I'm super hungry. Jeez Louise. Also in the news, which was very popular, and I'm like, sure, Google parent company known as Alphabet has poured the most amount of money into the blockchain industry compared to other public companies, investing $1.5 billion between September 2021 and June of 2022, a new report has shown. I think time is very fascinating. It's a very interesting thing. I'm not sure if my ranting manifested this. If you missed yesterday's video, go have a little look. So after yesterday's video and what we were talking about being like, hey, you got to understand everyone's in this space. There are tons of companies who are throwing money all around because they're trying to make more money and, you know, all the kind of things. Because I think a lot of times, once again, I think a lot of people in the space lose sight of what's happening. They hear that an entire country is adopting crypto. Like I've had no. I'm not going to get back into it. The point is I was literally about to like re-rant. The point is the cryptocurrency space has a massive amount of adoption. Someone actually made a nice little chart showing everyone, and this was, the most spoken about thing within the cryptocurrency space yesterday. Everyone completely flabbergasted that, there's so much money being thrown around. So, I mean, I don't have time to read out every single thing on here, but for those of you not looking at the screen, these are the companies who have invested in either in crypto, plus and or cryptocurrency companies. They are Alphabet, which is Google, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Samsung, Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, PayPal, Microsoft, Commonwealth Bank, Prospus, Tencent, Citibank, UOB, Wells Fargo, LG, and American Express. And people were looking at this, and I watched from afar the conversations that people have on Twitter, and they're like, what? Alphabet's into crypto? I can't believe that they'd be doing that. Morgan Stanley? As if we didn't get this news already. Like, what? I feel like now here's actual advice, not financial advice. I think people should print this out and kind of hang it on their friends' walls just so people can, oh, I forgot there's money in crypto. Like we've gone over this 87,000 times. The point is, this made very popular news. Google apparently being the largest open investor that we know about. You all know gosh darn well they're also buying into crypto, like physical crypto as well, but we simply just don't have those numbers. But we know that Google put a $1.5 billion into companies, and BlackRock, I think, did 1.1 billion as well. So one of the most popular news stories, not the most popular one, you're going to see what that one is, and it's going to blow your socks off because of how unnecessary that it actually is. So that's the Google is investing in stuff news, because I've never heard of them doing that before. I've never heard of one of the largest companies on the planet trying to make more money. Seems a bit weird, don't you think? Company trying to make money. I don't like it. That's the Google news. And yeah, let's move on. And I kid you not, this is the most popular news story of the day because I don't know why. Coinbase released an update on Tuesday to inform users of possible delays and pauses on Ethereum transactions ahead of the merge. ETH's pivot from proof of work consensus to proof of stake chain. That's a weird sentence. The San Francisco-based crypto exchange announced that new deposits and withdrawals for ETH and ERC20 tokens would halt temporarily during the merge. Coinbase has decided on the pause as a precautionary measure, and the platform does not expect any other networks or currencies to be impacted. Also, users who staked ETH under the ticker ETH2 won't be able to trade or transfer with staked tokens until Ethereum's proof of stake upgrade is complete. I thought that was just logical. You can't eat an apple from the tree if there ain't no apples. I just kind of assumed that that was also a thing. So, I'm not joking, this was the most popular news story of the day, and I don't know why. Can someone please tell me? If you have not been here before for another gigantic upgrade, update, hard fork, something within the cryptocurrency space, I'll put it to you this way. Blockchains are decentralized. Cryptocurrency exchanges are centralized. They're an office. They're one place where everyone throws their crypto and says, please hold these for me. I don't want them in my pocket. Sure, why not? Usually, when a major upgrade is happening, they tend to pause transactions as a precautionary measure, as a just in case, because the main system that everyone is going through is their system. So it's like they're a gateway into the other portion of the transactions, and you hold your coins with them. So in essence, not this, they can do with your coins as they wish within a certain period. We've seen before, you can't take your coins off right now, and it's usually because of an upgrade. I remember years ago when, just brain power. Years ago when Binance first got started, they were doing a major upgrade. They announced this thing at like 6 in the morning, and they were like, it's going to take a couple of hours for us to do this upgrade. I think 2 hours later, people were throwing digital rocks on Twitter being like, where's my money? I can't believe this is a rug pull. And it's like they said they're doing an upgrade. They need time. They need a couple of hours. I think it took 5 hours in total. And people were like, Binance is over with. Binance is through. I can't believe they held my money. They're a cryptocurrency exchange. They have to upgrade. So the news is, during this monumentally gigantuan upgrade of Ethereum, as a precaution, just in case when we go from A to B, they don't want you to lose your money at A.5. They want to make sure that they get completely to B before they allow you to touch your money again, so your money's actually safe. Period. I don't know how to make that any easier for anyone out there. This was gigantic news, and as you might have imagined, a number of websites were like, they shouldn't be able to do that. They can't allow stopping our money, and it's like, please just go somewhere else. For everyone else here, please just find a new corner to go sit in, or something like that. So I'm not joking, the most popular news story of the day is that Coinbase will be pausing transactions through their servers while the actual upgrade takes place. No one knows if it's going to be instantaneous or if it actually might take an hour for the network. You know, like when you're updating your computer and it's like, don't turn off the screen, I got stuff to do, and the screen goes blue or red or whatever screen your color changes to, and then you walk away and make some coffee, you go get some lunch, and you come back and it's like 99%. That's what also maybe has to happen here. So just logical. I don't get people. The most popular news story of the day is that Coinbase is pausing transactions on their website as the upgrade happens. Still allegedly scheduled for the 15th of September. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I can't believe it either. I'm not holding my breath, but one nostril is closed because I'm like, just in case, because I have it's been a while, if you will. That's the Coinbase news. The most popular news. Can you imagine? Well, you can because it's on the screen. That's the Coinbase news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, the U.S. SEC, this is popular news as well. The U.S. SEC has filed charges against entities related to Dragon Chain, along with the founder and controlling person, John Joseph Rowitz. I thought it was, never mind. I was going to make a joke. I thought it was John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I literally thought I was going to say that. Alleging that the defendants conducted an unregistered cryptocurrency offering. For those of you who don't remember what Dragon Chain was like I'm not joking. It was like the Algorand, the Solana, and Uniswap. Not joking. Like, this was the actual, this was how popular Dragon Chain was when it was first released. Dragon Chain was created by Disney, and it was their first chain, and then it got taken over by another company. I assume this had to do with the whole securities things. Like, as a company, you shouldn't be controlling your own chain, and therefore it got passed on to another company. It was popular for about a good year or so, and then kind of fell away into obscurity. And this is why a lot of times when new coins come out, you hear me not talk about them, because I've seen thousands of coins reign in popularity, be number 9 in the cryptocurrency space, and then fall into obscurity. I give it like a good year and a half usually before I even think of talking about a coin, because once again, I've seen all these coins come and go before. The news being is that the SEC, 5 years later, is launching a lawsuit against them because they said that they had a $16.5 million ICO for their coins. 5 years later. I remember Dragon Chain. I remember a lot of you also remember it. And I remember that they had an ICO. And I remember that other people remember that they also had an ICO. And I'm sure at some point you had a friend who was in the room with you, and they were walking by your computer, and they heard me say that Dragon Chain was having an ICO, so they also remember that as well. And we can all agree on, 2017 was 5 years ago. Why it takes the SEC 5 years? There's not that much happening in the cryptocurrency space that it took 5 years to get to this paperwork. But alas. So it's very popular because a lot of people have, become a little frightened that the SEC is kind of working backwards. There was also, I don't have the news from yesterday. It was something SEC related, and I had no time for it. The SEC is also suing another coin from years ago because they also say that they had an ICO or something like that. Regulations and all that. It appears like I don't know because I'm not in the SEC and I will never work for them because I don't like corruption. It looks like the SEC is trying to finally do everything that they should have been doing in 2017 and 2018 because they've ramped up efforts quite dramatically in the last 3 months. And I think the beginning of that was their lawsuits. I believe these were lawsuits. I believe it was against, it was you did something wrong, pay us suits against Kraken, Coinbase, and Gemini. Remember, I was like, whoa, because, even Gemini's, like Gemini's the goody two shoes of the school. He's the person who like claps the erasers. I don't even know if people still use erasers. Anyway, the point is, and now they seem to be going after nearly every single cryptocurrency coin company project in some sort of way. So maybe this is their way of giving regulations. I'm not really sure. But this was also quite popular news. It was not even left field. It was like 9 blocks away field. It's Dragon Chain. This was 5 years ago. Like, what are you talking about? So anyway, the SEC has filed a complaint, sure, against Dragon Chain from 2017 news. Like, why? Just what? All right. Let's move on. The rest of the news is like random stuff that was popular today as well, and I would love to also understand their popularity, but for some reason my mind can't do it. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Binance obtains in principle approval to operate with cryptocurrencies in Kazakhstan. So Binance, for those of you who don't remember, about a year and a half ago was like the bad boy of the cryptocurrency space because they were the most popular, and still are, cryptocurrency exchange, but they didn't have a physical office. And this drove regulators wild. They were like, corruption, KYC, ABC, AML, 1, 2, 3. Basically saying, you don't have a physical place in our country. We can't give you paperwork because we're still living in the 1920s. So Binance was like, cool, got you, bro. And they began to make physical location, like 15 of them all around the world. And now and also in unlogical news. And now they have to get like paperwork for everywhere they go. As opposed to, and I mean this more of like an EU kind of thing. I thought the European Union was a union that was connected, much like a union is supposed to be. So Binance has to get regulatory approval in every single country within the EU, as opposed to it just being one form of paperwork. So yeah, Binance is going to every single country. Binance is in the news with news like this every 3 days. Actually every 3 days. This is not anything new. It's often like Binance got preliminary approval, or Binance has been approved to work in said country. I don't bring you the news because I'm like, I don't think anybody really wants to hear that Binance just got a stack of paperwork and they can now work in another country. Not the coolest news in the entire world. But for some reason today, this one really did it. I don't know if it's because the word Kazakhstan sounds cool and people were like, I can't spell that. Let's make a news story out of it. But here we are. So yeah, Binance has received in principle approval. And I assume that they're just going to be opening up a place there in Kazakhstan at some point in the very near future. News. Moving along. Also very popular, and this happens, oh my gosh. So years ago, the main idea was crypto bad, crypto terrible. This was basically what governments would go on stage and say, like in those exact words. They would shake their hands and go, crypto terrible, I hate this place. Not with that accent. I'm not sure what that was. It was kind of like Spanish and Italian at the exact same time. And the idea was years ago is that they didn't trust crypto because it allows people to have economic freedom. So they were going to be creating their own digital currencies, which they tried calling cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are only things that are decentralized, that you can use immutably. No one can mute the chain or stop the chain. These are centralized versions of the paper money that they have, but simply digital. So Colombia has announced that they plan on launching their own digital currency to reduce tax evasion. I'm glad that they're honest about it, because most other countries have been like, oh, for economic people. We're doing it for the people, by the people, for the money. So yeah, the whole point of them releasing digital currencies is not because they want to make your life easier. A lot of countries believe that they're being fleeced of, or people are stealing tax money from them. One of the major people who actually came out a couple of years ago and said this out loud, because most countries won't say it. They'll say like, oh, corruption, or oh, we want to stop the bad guys. Somebody from India got on stage and basically was like, every time that someone's transacting outside, if you buy something from a vendor on the street, or if you buy some piece of candy, that person's not declaring the tax on every single transaction, and therefore they should be getting in trouble. So we need to make everything digital to make sure that we the government, are receiving as much tax money as we get. And I went over that with you before. They were talking to people like actual street vendors. And they were like, how much do you make in a day? And this guy was like, I make $2 a day, $60 a month. What exactly are you taxing? Most countries even have, like, if you look through their tax laws, most countries have a thing like, hey, bro, if you make less than $4,000 a year, that's pretty sad. We're not going to tax you at all. And they don't tax you. This guy's making $60 a month with 2 kids. And what exactly are you taxing? So anyway, reeling it on back in Colombia, and this is also daily news as well. This isn't a random flyby news thing. Every single day, there's a new country or a repeating country talking about we are going to be developing a digital currency or we are or have developed said currency. But for some reason, Colombia was in the news today, and I don't know why this was the most popular one. I have never been to Colombia myself, and this is not a Colombia statement. It is a generalized every country on this planet. I wish that governments stopped being corrupt, I wish that countries worked on their own economic problems for their country before worrying about digitizing their paper garbage for tax evasion. Did everyone get that? I wish governments help their people instead of their main priority being let's digitize fiat currency. Can everyone agree with me? We should be helping other people before the government helps itself. That's the Colombia is planning on launching a digital currency news, because every other country is. If Colombia didn't do it, I'd be like, what? That's kind of crazy, Colombia. That's the Colombia news. Colombia. And yeah, let's move on. Wait, there we go. Also in the news, Binance has partnered with Latin America-focused education platform Platzi, and they're basically trying to find a way to educate 30,000 people in Latin America to be able to basically onboard them to the Binance Smart Chain. It's genius. This is being touted as news of Binance launching something or having a partnership to make education for everyone or kind of a certain thing like that. But I have a feeling if you can get 30,000 extra developers for your chain, like most chains, I believe it's believed have anywhere between 1,000 to around 20,000 people around the world working on their chain. I forgot what the number is for Bitcoin. It's supposed to be tens of thousands of people around the world always working on some kind of like Bitcoin protocol or improvement or whatever, what have you. Same exact thing for Ethereum. It's tens of thousands of people around the world who are Ethereum developers or makers or creators or protectors, what have you. So they're trying to do that for their own chain. It's genius. This isn't ungenius. The more people you have on your chain, the more secure that it is, the more stuff you have being built on top of it. And everybody wants their chain to... Are those ants learning? I was looking at the photo and I saw the ant hand on application. The ant is holding paper. He's teaching 2 other mechanical ants as well. So yeah... Binance is trying to make sure that their smart chain remains smart and not dumb, because, you know, that's usually the goal. And also in the news, surprise, surprise, there's more SEC Ripple news every single day. Apparently, it says it on the screen. It says the SEC is not willing to heed court orders. Files yet another brief to avoid surrendering Hinman documents to Ripple. So Ripple keeps asking the SEC to hand over documents as to why they declare them, or XRP, or got them in trouble over the security thing, and not the people from Ethereum or from Cardano or anywhere else. And apparently, allegedly, I don't know, Ali, the answers are in a set of documents. Remember, like a week ago, we were talking about Ripple asked the SEC, can you hand over something? And the SEC took 5 days to write them a letter that said NO. So listen, clearly something is in those documents. Just give it to them. But the SEC knows that if they lose this, they kind of lose everything. Oh, wouldn't that be really weird? Tinfoil hat time. Put your tinfoil hats on, like actual, put your tinfoil hats on. Wouldn't it be so crazy if the SEC knows that they're going to lose the Ripple lawsuit and they're trying to go after as many other cryptocurrency companies at the exact same time as possible before the actual ruling of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit is done? Wouldn't that be crazy? Because the SEC wasn't doing any of this 3, 4, 5 months ago. Their main focus was Ripple. It was just Ripple versus SEC news. We had like the random coin here and there that was kind of getting in trouble or whatever the case might have been. Or maybe there was some other DeFi protocol who the SEC was like, come into our office because we, whatever how they talk, I'm not really sure. But they've ramped it up the last couple of weeks. Every single day is a new versus SEC thing. SEC has gotten into trouble. SEC is going. Wouldn't that be crazy? I've speculated for a while that the SEC was probably going to lose this Ripple lawsuit because the judge in charge is incredibly competent. Not incompetent. She knows exactly what's going on. She's told the SEC, like, excuse my letters, stop BSing multiple times. She's like, listen, you guys keep trying to hold back information, and Ripple keeps getting these like little wins. And I told you, if Ripple loses this lawsuit, the cryptocurrency market might collapse that first week because the SEC is going to go after every single coin. And then I was like, if they win, XRP is going to pump, as will many other coins at the exact, pump. I mean, like going back to a $2 or $3 XRP just based off of the like general excitement and that the SEC will never get on their backs again. What if the SEC has been doing all of this? Every single Dragon Chain? Are you joshing me? Like, that is the weirdest thing in the entire world every single day, because they know that they have to start these lawsuits now because they're going to, wouldn't that be something? Wow. Anyway, I'm certain, I feel like that's it. Doesn't that make so much more sense? They know behind the scenes that they're not doing well in the lawsuit. If we've been getting news about it, they must know. Their lawyers are like, this ain't looking so good. Wouldn't that be something? So oh wow! So that they can actually have lawsuits against the other companies, because that would set a precedent for other coins simply being like, you can't do anything to us. We saw the paperwork, we saw the trial. We know exactly what constitutes us to not be a security, and we're doing that. So you get them in trouble before. I figured it out. I got it. Psychic right here. Oh my gosh, I totally got it. If that's oh my gosh, if that's what ends up happening 6 months to a year from now, I'm gonna make a video like just screaming. That's gonna be crazy. I can totally feel it. Oh, that's so wild. Anyway, that's the SEC is still not complying to hand over a piece of paper just to tell the truth news. Can you imagine? Just, whoa. All right. Let's move on. That got me riled up. I feel like that's it. Dragon Chain? All right. There we go. I was like, where's the numbers? As always, prices just dipped a bit. A very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: GBU Wally, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and Let's Move On, Empire Queen, Roman Geba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something in the Z-Way Lane, Mo Barazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grollet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Nita Miracle, Pat Ternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, okay, there we go. I was like, what? Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Majanisa, Air, Tigger Majanisa, On Crypto with Lionel and Crayola Michelle, URL. Thank you very, very much for your continued support. Grazie mille, muchas gracias, danke sehr, merci beaucoup. What else am I missing? Thank you very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment, who has subscribed. Thank you for all the support on the new channel, on all the new videos. I do thank you very much for the kind comments as well. As always, thank you for watching. At the momento, Bitcoin is currently at 23,910 US dollars. These, the 1 hour charts were in green before I started the video. But Bitcoin is currently down by 2% in the last hour, as is Ethereum. They're still looking pretty good. It's at 23,892. Ethereum's at 1,895. Basically where we were yesterday. Same exact prices, somewhere around there. XRP is up by 1.7% in the last 24 hours. Dogecoin is up by 4. Anything else crazy going on? Tron is up by 1.7%. Litecoin is up by 3. Unis said Leo is up by 5.2. Stellar is up by 2. Anything else? Tezos is up by 8. EOS is up by 25 percentile points in the last 24 hours. No EOS news. Why you move up like that? I don't get it. Quant is up by 5%. OKB is up by 18% in the last week as well. Chiliz is up by 44% in the last 7 days, and that's about it. Yeah, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I don't know why I said it that way. I do hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, commenting, watching, liking, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. Ciao.